Hey everyone, Martin here at Orange Box Photography and welcome to the channel. So today's unboxing video is on these Yongnuo RF 603N wireless transceiver triggers. Basically I got these free with some Yongnuo flashes that I bought. I bought three YN560 Mark IIs. I'll pop a link up here so you can click on that if you want to go see that video. But basically these came free, so I thought I'd unbox them, give them a whirl. They may be of interest to people out there who's looking to get into wireless triggers but don't want to shell out for pocket Wizzards and things like that. So you can try these, which are aptly some people call poverty Wizzards, but you know, hey, if they do the job, that's all you need. So we'll get on and get this unboxed, take a little look. I'm looking forward to trying and get something out of it because it does come with a shutter release cable as well, so you can actually plug this into your camera. So we'll take a look at that, but we'll get on first, get it unboxed, and then we'll take a look and see how good they are range-wise, and see if you get any misfires as well. Because usually with cheap wireless triggers, you'll have an instance where you'll fire the camera, and then obviously the flashes won't fire. But we'll see. We'll have a look and test them and see what they're like. Right, so let's get on and get these unboxed. Interested to see what these look like, to be honest with you. Being cheap radio triggers, let's get this box out of the way. Right, so first things first is sync cable. We'll just get this out of its wrapper here a sec. Right, so as you can see, it is a 10-pin sync cable to a 2.5mm jack. Now, if you have a camera sort of D7000, D90, D5100, whatever it happens to be, you won't have one of these 10-pin adapters on your camera. But luckily Yongnuo and to other camera manufacturers and companies as well produce different types of sync cables like this, so, well, shutter release cables rather. So if you don't have a 10-pin plug, there are other cables you can get which will give you the same functionality as this cable will. I believe the D7000 one uses a GPS port, so it's a little square sort of adapter on there. So if you don't have one of them, you can still get one. Obviously it comes with your instructions on how to set them up. Again, like most of the Yongnuo stuff, manuals in English and Chinese. Looks fairly extensive, so you do have instructions there should you need them to sort of help you get going. Now in this box there are two transmitters, well, transceivers rather. I do have a third as well, which came in a separate package for some reason, I don't know why, but they were free, so I'm not going to complain. So there's the transceivers themselves, and in fact if I just grab the third one here, there's the third one there as well. So obviously you've got your sync cable there, which I'll just move out the way. So just if we take a little close look here, obviously you've got your usual test button as you do with most flashes, simple on and off switch here. Obviously have your mount for either your flash, and you also have a metal foot as well, which is fantastic. And again, this is for mounting to camera or even just to a stand, so you can obviously hold that out of the way. In fact, if we turn this over, you can see that thankfully this takes normal batteries, so it takes two AAA batteries. In fact, if we just grab a couple here and whip those in, so two AA batteries. It does have some micro switch inside here, so if you need to change the frequency, if you're getting interference, you can change that as well. Just don't forget to change it on your other transceivers as well, so they are talking on the same frequency. So two AA batteries, so none of those silly little round pencil things. In fact, we'll stick some batteries in this one of these other ones as well while we're at it. So there we go, that's them all batteried up. So obviously, other things you get a sync port at the back, so if you need the sync port functionality, you've got it there. It does have two little lights here, which just show you when it's transmitting and receiving, which we'll show you here in a sec. Obviously 2.5mm jack plug here. This is for connecting to studio flashes. You can do 2.5 to your studio flash, or that to a sync cable for your studio flash. So there's multiple options here for that as well. Obviously in this particular configuration, if you use this 2.5mm jack here, plug that in the side, and then use this 10-pin plug. In fact, if we just grab my D800 here a sec, So if we mount this trigger here to the top of the camera, just move that a bit closer for you. So that's it mounted to the camera, pretty stable, and no locking feature, but it's pretty snug fit anyway. And if I just expose my 10-pin plug here, I can just plug this straight in. There we go. So that's plugged into this flip, so if we just turn that on, I don't know if you can see this, but I'll turn it around for you. So you can see you've got your green light here to say that it's on. And if we just turn one of these other transceivers on here a sec. No, it's not that, isn't that one? Must be this one. There we go. So obviously green light on this one as well. So if we turn this camera around here a sec and press this. Turn the camera on first, that'll probably help. So basically this has got a half press function rather. So if you half press, you'll see the other light comes on. I'll turn that around a little bit more so you can see. So I don't know if you can hear this. I'll bring the mic down. There you go. So that's the camera focusing with a half press, and then with a full press. There we go, so it's locked on, and take a picture and you see the little red light pop up to say that it's fired. So do that again, half press to focus, and then fire. And that's just using this trigger here to do that. So that's a cool functionality, especially if you need to be remote. And you know, if I'm doing a landscaping, which I like to do, it's handy, so it means you're not going to be holding the camera and knocking it around. So I'll probably use that a lot just for that alone. Although I do have a plug-in sort of timer remote from Nikon, but no, this is handy. Don't need to have to actually handhold the camera. So the next thing is if I just unplug this from the camera here, because we don't need this for the next bit. So we'll leave that on there, and we'll just grab one of the flashes here. So if I just take this flash off the mount, and if we just slide the flash here onto the trigger, there we go, just tighten that down. There we go, and we can use the tripod mount foot to hold this all together anyway. Right, so there we have flash attached to the transceiver, and I don't know if we'll be able to show you this. It'll probably help if I put the foot on the right way. There we go. So let's turn this around. Now, I don't know if you'll see this, but we'll do it. So you see here, hold on to the camera button, just lock onto something, and make sure the actual flash is turned on first, so that will probably help. There we go, let's get that down to some power, there we go. Right, so focus and fire. Hopefully you've seen that on there, I'll do that again. Flash is ready, so, and there we go, fired again. So that seems pretty good. We'll do a range test as well, but I'll have to do that when I get out and about, and we'll see how far these flashes will fire. In fact, if I just leave the room here a sec, and I'll just see if it'll go through a wall. Give this a test. So I don't know if you've seen that, but I went out the room into the room next door through a wall, and it is a brick wall, and that fired perfectly fine. So it seems reasonably sound. I mean, it's not Mr. Beast. So we'll leave it there, and then we'll do a range test and see how far we can get this thing to fire until it fails. But that's it for now, and we'll come back to that in a minute. So here's some sample images that I shot with the Yongnuo RF 605 wireless triggers. I must say I'm really impressed with the range that these things get. Obviously there's not much in the way of obstructions in this sequence of images, but it does go a long way. I mean, I've used other wireless triggers before where they've kind of faded out after 50 meters, 100 meters. You know, if we look through these series of images here, so this one was 50 meters. This is 100 meters away from the car, and you can see here the flash is still there firing in the background. In fact, if we zoom in a little bit, you'll be able to see it. So there, the flash is fired. If you go to the next image, this is about 150 meters away, and again you can see in the distance there the flash has actually fired. Phenomenal, these triggers, as far as value for money goes, at least anyway. If you zoom in a little bit there, you can see there the flash is fired again. So if we move over to the next one, further away still, and again you can see there in the background the flash is fired successfully as well. I mean, I will say this for this flash is that every time that I've shot the flash using the wireless trigger, it has never failed to set off the flash itself. Every time consistently it fires the flash. I have yet to have a misfire, and I've shot around about now about 150-200 shots with this flash, and has yet to actually fail and not fire the flash. So if we move on to the next image here, you can see again, if we zoom out there, the flash is fired, nearly 300 meters away from the car now, and the flash itself. It's phenomenal distance. I mean, in fairness, I stopped after this next picture, which is about 350-ish, 400 meters away from the car, so much so you can hardly see the car anymore. But if I zoom in, when this loads up here, you can see the flash fired again. And in all fairness, I think I could have got double the distance away, and it still would have shot the flash off as well. So really, really, really impressed with this flash, especially the range that you can get from it. So there it is. There's the review for the Yongnuo RF 603Ns. I got these for free, as I said before, but I've been really impressed with these actually. I mean, I had a little look on the net to see what these actually cost if you were to buy them. For 2 of these triggers it's about £25. For 3 I think it's about £32 or something. So I mean, as I got these for free. It was worth to have a play with them, and being actually suitably impressed with them, especially the range. Extremely impressed with the range that these things actually get. Considering their cost, very, very impressed. Shot through objects, no problem. I've had a bit more of a play as well, and I can't say enough for them. So certainly, yeah, if you're looking for a cheap radio trigger, don't want to spend a fortune, just want to try them out, worth having a look at those. They are certainly worth a look at. As I say, I've been thoroughly impressed with them. But if you have any questions or anything, then feel free, comment below, subscribe for future videos if you want to. But that's it for now, guys. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.